Greetings, my excellent friends. I believe we're going to the Umberly Temple today. I think I placed myself such that I had that last bit of map to explore, and I'd endeavored to choose that building next. Apologies for yesterday's very short notice cancellation. Things were bouncing around. Birthday was Monday. Normally I see Mew on Saturdays and the weekend, but there was a COVID scare at her workplace. It was a little too soon. We were like, let's not. So by Monday she was pretty sure she hadn't picked anything up, but then she had to work overtime. So we ended up saying Tuesday. And by the time that was all, like, it was more, I didn't cancel it until late because I wasn't sure it was going to happen. And I didn't want to say no stream today and then 2 hours later say, actually, I'm free now. So yeah. But the rest of the week will be normal. I do need to find Baldur's Gate in my Steam library list, though, because normally I access my games. I don't know how you access your games, but I go to my little background process icon list at the bottom right, and I right-click Steam, and it will show you the last 5 games you played, unless you buy new things. Then it will treat something newly purchased as recently played, even if you bought it with intent of playing it later, or if you bought a bundle of like 5 games at once because it was cheaper, it'll just flood your recently played list with the new things. So whenever a birthday comes along, I have to go hunting out the things I'm actually in the middle of. But I did pick up a few things. I finally picked up Persona 5 Royal, which means that's maybe an option after Baldur's Gate. I don't fully know. I definitely... It's a forward-thinking purchase, because I have played Persona 5 already, and my point with 5 Royal was always get it on PC for a stream, but... it's not short. So whether it's next or being held is a question. It was that or 3 Reload, but 3 Reload was way more expensive. As funny as it would be to continue my trend of going backwards in the Personas, I still will. Like, because playing 5 again doesn't count for my personal history of Persona, right? I still... My first time experience is still going to be 5, 4, 3, unless 6 comes out. Apparently someone did, because this was always... The reason why I never played Persona 2 was because to get Persona 2 in English, you have to effectively go backwards. Because there's 2 versions of Persona 2. There's the PlayStation Original, and then there's the PlayStation Portable remasters or remakes that are better. But the thing is, in both cases, they only released one Persona 2 in English. And it was a different one each time. Because Persona 2, if you don't know, is 2 games. Intended to be played one after the other, I believe. And originally they only gave you the second one in English, and then when they redid them for PSP, they only gave you the first one in English. But I think someone has actually now... And it wasn't the group I was following. There was a group that for years was talking about it, but they didn't actually fucking finish it, and I think someone else did. Because theoretically... Like, from a programming, patching, modding sense, it's as difficult as anything else, but theoretically from a writing sense, it shouldn't be impossible to do, because you can just take the PSX script and throw it into the newer version. But I think I read that someone has done that. Last we left off, we freed a possessed artist from his own stupidity, leaving a thoroughly blood-soaked house, which is strange because, like, we were fighting ghosts. So why all this blood? Persona 3 Reload can kiss your money goodbye. You don't like the fact that they... Yeah, there's... I understand the process that went into the decision. Because Persona 3's journey is a little strange. Like, you have Persona 3, the PS2 game, and then you have the slightly spruced up PS2 game, Persona 3 FES. Then you have Persona 3 Portable, which in some ways was a backwards step. Because the PSP was missing some capabilities that the PS2 had, so they had to actually take some things away while they added other things, such as the female protagonist. And so because of that, to redo it, it would have vastly increased their workload to put in all the portable stuff. And so their idea was, well, we'll just release Portable on PC and then do a remake of the male game. Now, is that a good idea? No. No, they should have just gone whole hog, remade the whole thing, and created the definitive Persona 3 experience, which is what I think everyone was hoping for, because Persona 3 was already awkward. Because there is no definitive Persona 3 experience. You can either play FES with the extra content, or Portable with the female option and the extra content removed. Instead, I think they're adding the extra content as fucking DLC, or they already did that or something. But, yeah. To get everything out of Persona 3, you would have to play both Portable and now Reload with the Answer DLC, I think. That would be you'd have to play it twice. Which, yeah, like, because the male and female route, from what I understand, have some differences, that's not the worst thing in the world. Because you can, you know, play male on the spruced up version and play female on the Portable version. But if you only want to play as the lady, then yeah, you have absolutely no reason to buy Reload. And they maybe should have thought about that, because Reload is the purchase they can charge more for, huh? Pom pom.
The delightful color.
You think they won't make 6? Well, yeah, that's true. What have we got? Persona Tactica now? I am not that interested in the wider Persona spin-offs other than Strikers. And the reason why I'm interested in Strikers is because I have a vested interest in its developer. I like their other stuff. So it's kind of like, you know... I already had a foot in. I didn't need Persona's help to get a foot in on that one. Anyway, I'm doing nothing. From what I understand, all we have to do now is go south, right? Because we've explored the lodge, we've explored this. All that's up here is the House of Grief, so while it is currently clouded in the map, we are done with it. Same as how we've got Cazadors there. So we've got... We have the following things that we skip past. Shadowheart here. Astarion here. Will back at Worm's Rock, because we've got the Worm Way. We have the Murder Tribunal through Candle Hallows. And we have the Baal Undercity, which I've been told are two separate things, but I guess we do one and then the other. And then we have Lae'zel and Raphael's stuff, which waits on finishing Orin, because we need to rescue Lae'zel. I think that's it, because we've done Philgrave's Mansion. Right, no, there was a Flim Cargo is a building we didn't enter. But that's it. Yeah, Gormbush pointed it out. So I'm not counting Gortash because we're walking towards the Foundry now. But Gortash counts too, because we're about to skip the Foundry and go straight to the Water Queen Temple. But, yeah. So we're starting to see a wind down. I don't know what comes after all of those things I've listed, but I think once you've done all those major things, we're heading towards the end of the game. What comes after Baldur's Gate? That's not a question to answer just yet, but it really depends on when we actually finish, because the closer we get to Dawn Trail, I have to start thinking about what my Dawn Trail streaming is going to look like, because one option is to have it take weekdays and keep Sea of Thieves, because I'm enjoying that. Another option is to have it take all week, because it's going to be the main campaign, and I might want to give it full focus for like a month. Well, not campaign, MSQ. So yeah, playing Persona 5 Royal, for example, right after Baldur's Gate. Probably stupid, because Dawn Trail will get in the way, even if we have some free time before it. Anyway. Yeah, Gortash will come after Orin, solely because I don't expect Lae'zel to have a lot to do with this, but I do expect Lae'zel to have something, and that is through... what's his name? Voss. I want to have her available so that I don't have to awkwardly stop as soon as I realize I want her there, you know? But I'll probably bring her with me into the House of Hope. We've got the free space. We don't need to bring Minsc in there. Why, are you a Vlaakith loyalist, Demon Dragon? Or is your Lae'zel a Vlaakith loyalist? I think I spoke to these two. They're complaining about Grog.
To talk.
Oh, this one's corked.
Yeah.
What are you looking at? We're allowed breaks. Contract says so.
I'll give you a break if you keep yelling at me. It's not going to be one you like, though. Ooh, what's that?
Watch this.
Huh. Visible enemies on the map in here. That's interesting, isn't it? I guess in the Foundry. Fist of Bane and Iron Console. I think it's a little clunky when the game does that. I shouldn't be able to see those guys. Not from out here. It's helpful, but in a way that isn't the fairest.
This man has tried to divide us with his lies, but no more. Today,
Antinia the Goon.
today, this man.
Either watch or leave.
With what? Dart Dirtwood. Are they about to burn him?
Hang him! Hang him till he's dead!
The man behind corruption.
They're all-
Witness the feeble, putrid form of our deceiver. Witness, for today he adopts his greatest
Oh, what the fuck have you done?
yet.
It's kind of...
Becomes an example of what this city does to liars.
Hang him till he's
It's
dead!
kind of sad, because, like, it looked like this guy was the center, but then I realized they were all facing over here. But there was nothing over here. And then I kept go... You say hang him, but he's tied to a chair, and there's a whole bunch of barrels, and and he's on a train track. Like,
Pray for a deceiver. No.
I'm gonna just pop a quick save.
Will we allow ourselves to be manipulated?
It's not a lie. If you would just listen, I could explain.
You have done quite enough explaining, Volothamp Gadam.
Could you explain those tattoos?
You have poisoned the very hearts and minds of these good, kind, gentle citizens with your lies, your delusions, your conspiracies. Though you hide behind a mask of stories, we have seen beyond the veil. We see what you really are. Fearmonger.
Here, here!
Attention seeker!
What's wrong with that?
Here, here!
Agent of chaos!
Your parasite stirs in recognition. This man is infected.
What the hells follow?
Today, citizens, we rid ourselves of this cankerous sore. Today, we burn away all falsehoods. Today, we will be divided no longer, for today, we rise in truth.
Volo? Volo Thampgedarm? This man is no enemy of the people. This man could not even hurt a mouse. I know. I have seen him try. Release this man at once!
What's this? Another heretic in our midst? Another mind clouded by the disruptor's lies? Another soul to cleanse? Well, we are nothing if not gracious. Let us see if we cannot lift the veil from their eyes too.
Oh, I thought Minsk had just forced a fight on me.
No! Please! No!
Never mind, yes he did. Is there normally... Oh. With Minsk here, you don't even get to talk. Yeah. What? Everything's already on fire. Ah! Myrmidon can fix that, that's true. You can just teleport to him and douse the whole area, can't it? Okay, fine. Yeah, what normally happens here? When you don't have Minsk, can you peace make? You've never managed to peacemake. Oh. Let me see if I can get this ice storm. Yes, it looks like it gets everybody and doesn't get me. Including the guy up there. Is that... Yeah, that's everybody except for, Antinia the Goon. What's that barrel? Fire wine. Fuck it. Don't think that one explodes if you don't set it on fire. Killed Churg Elvek. Wasn't that the one that was talking? Yeah, he went down like a bitch. He's got no health compared to the rest of them. Level 3. Level 8, level 8, level 8, level 8, level 8, level 8, level 3. Now what is that about? Well, too late, but we've got to crit. Imprudence. Gone full load. Oh, okay. That's a suspicious amount of blood for, like, Oh, yeah. Right, I have a feature now. No, I won't. Well, I mean, I might, but not now. Really, I can't... How much of my movement does this take? 18 meters. Of what? Oh, it takes the bonus action. That gives me the movement. This should be fine. Actually, the fire on the ground is gone, but the cart is burning. When the cart burns, I think the barrels go off. Is that the Is that the trick? We need to douse the cart. Where? How do we make the water? Do we is it this? Yeah, alright. Well, Baldur doesn't need healing. The cart does. I don't know if that will work. This fucking thing is still burning. I don't love that.
I have missed this. The adventure, the danger, the kicking of butts.
Well, Minsk, are you ready to make Minsk meat out of these fuckers? Because you did.
Bye forever, pal.
Okay. Rah. Will he die immediately if we end the combat? Because we've got one dude left. But we might want to go to Volo now.
Blood comes easy these days.
Tell you what, I'm going to Misty Step over to him. I don't think I can create... I can create water. I'm going to Misty Step over to him and create water on him. Well, thank God I'm immune to prone. I didn't realize we were going to have to walk for that. There we go.
This is gonna feel good.
Don't think it's going to feel good for this fucker.
Go on.
Right, but then the cart would still be burning. I don't want an explosion, regardless of whether or not he's in it. Minsk fell on his ass on the way. Here you go. Minsk.
Yes, my friend.
Don't provoke the locals. Where's Baldur? Oh. How did he do that?
Secrets I would have taken to my grave if you hadn't intervened.
He was there.
Come here a moment, will you?
Something's
I will,
going
I'm
on
just
there.
confused.
I'd bet my net on it.
That's where he runs if you free him while the fire's still going. Well,
Blockade is risky business. Everyone pays. You can't make us split up the family.
Let's have a look.
I do find it very interesting that we are literally right outside the foundry full of steel watchers and none of them gave the remotest of fucks. Like, okay, maybe the ones here are just programmed to defend base and don't actually do any policing, but what about these two?
This dock is closed until further notice by order of Lord Gortash.
Right, maybe that's why. This is where we got that special stuff that we had to bluff our way into being allowed to take from Big Guido. You don't want to stand in that. See how that blood's a bit weird compared to the other? Actually, it depends on how you look at it, but like from here it's fucking purple. Oh, that's alcohol. That's why. Yeah, it's the same color as the rest. It's just, it's different.
I should speak up.
The secrets I would have taken to my grave if
Can't talk. Bloody oil's gummed up my nets.
Hells, it's everywhere still. I don't suppose you've got any experience getting oil out of sealed wood.
Have you tried vinegar?
I don't really have any to spare. Maybe if I tried pissing on it. Now, did you want something, or do you just have an interest in fishing vessels?
Why are there so many dead fish floating in the harbour?
Buggered if I know. Might be something to do with all that oil in the water. It's too bad we can't sell them. Bloody waste, if you ask me.
Where did all this stuff come from anyway?
Me and Flea here were out on the water casting our nets, expecting to find the usual crop of halibut. Then, all of a sudden, my net starts dragging, and there's a bloody wave seven all twisted up in it. We took her back to the docks to try and help her, but she was already dead.
What happened to her?
The other wave servants came to get it. Her. Sorry. They took her back to the temple. You can hear the bloody caterwauling from here.
Did you see anything unusual?
We both saw some sort of wake moving towards the docks when we picked her up. But there weren't any other boats around. Maybe it was something big moving underwater. I don't know. It was weird, whatever it was. Kinda looked like it might have been heading towards that building across the channel, actually.
Is your boat alright?
The boat's fine, but the nets are in tatters. Need to deal with all this oil before we can fix them, though.
And you didn't get your halibut. Good luck.
Risky business.
the secrets I would have taken to
Let's
my
talk to
grave
everybody
if
except
you
Volo
hadn't
first, because there's a gathering happening here. Captain Sleem, Darren, and Lepak Brislin, as well as Bunny and Blossom.
I hate sending Lepak and the girls off without me. But if that smuggler can get them to Waterdeep and away from the Absolute...
The secret
I hate this. That lousy smuggler won't take all of us because we can't afford 4 berths. Greedy bastard.
This is life and death for me too, mate. You only get as many berths on my sloop as you can pay for. If I allow any freeloaders, my own crew will scrag me.
I'm surprised you're allowed to bring 4 people on a sloop in the first place. Where I come from, you can only get 1 extra max. I have news for you, Captain. You're going to accept 4 for the price of 3 and take the father aboard. Or I'll pitch you into the harbour. Got it? No, let's see what Karlak... Let's see if Karlak has a barbarian one for this, because that'd be funny. Let me quick save first in case leaving stops me from being able to try again, but, I want to see if the others have lines for this.
Papa says I have to be strong to help Mama. I don't know if I can be that strong. But I'll try.
It is risky business. Everybody pays.
I don't want to go without Papa! Mama, he has to go with us!
Come here a moment, will you?
This is life and death for me too, mate. You only get as many berths on my
No.
sloop as you can...
Evil hides and Boo seeks.
This is life and death for me too, mate.
Whatever it takes.
The secrets I would have taken to my grave.
This is life and death for me too, mate.
No, it's the same for everybody. Alright, well, I'll do it, because I got the bonuses.
This is life and death for me too, mate. You only get as many berths on my sloop as you can pay for. If I allow any freeloaders, my own crew will scrag me.
I don't want to yell at her. I think she has a good point. I think that an exception should be made, but... realistically, we should just pay for it. But I'm cheap, so I'm going to persuade.
No, sir, I can't do it. Business is business. Even, no, especially in wartime. This is life and death for me too, mate. You only get as many berths on my sloop as you can pay.
Well, that's weird. It just lets me ask her again.
If I allow any freeloaders, my own crew will scrag me. Very well, I'll do it. Suppose I can find some way to make it good with the crew.
Don't ask me how that worked with the exact same wording a second time. Wore her down, I guess. Hey there, Volo.
God, I really thought I was done for.
Sadly not.
I suppose thanks are in order. Again, what's an heroic story without a little risking of one's neck, eh? And you know what they say, the bigger the story, the more people want to kill you for it. I'll tell you all about it, but not here. Too many eyes, ears, and weapons about. Meet me at your camp.
Sorry, I didn't tell you where we're staying. I'm definitely not paying for your fucking bed.
As anything recently. Haven't had a clean.
Alright, Net's Blandorf.
How do fish even get dirty? They live in water.
Clawvank.
This catch is spoiled. You'll have to wait for the next boat.
Wonder what's causing it.
I've fished these waters my whole life.
So I guess something's going on with the water. I wonder if the temple's going to have a quest for us. They're in the middle of a funeral, too. Gold dwarf. He looks like a dwergar.
Once the city's under siege. Too right. I'll go 600.
My father always told me, Kate, commerce is like warfare. Fight for it like your life's at stake.
Of course they do.
I was this close to landing that deal. Next time, for sure. I was this close to landing that deal.
Trader. What?
How much for the salt pea?
War is good for some businesses. What can I say? I got mouths to feed too.
It's an interesting name for that trader. And here we have Phoebes Splayfoot.
Oh, Brando bearish curse me. I should have taken that deal the first time it was offered at half today's price. Oh, I'm a sap. What? How much for the saltpeter, including fee?
I don't know who you are, but all I can say is thank you. If you ever have children, you'll understand what you've done for us.
I've been playing so much Sea of Thieves. You hear that water sound? That glub, 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 glub. It keeps making me want to check below deck for holes.
We both know you sell it for twice that to the hour.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. I just couldn't bear to leave our girl's father behind.
You mean leave me alone? I saved your dad.
Sold.
What the hell? Look at that. No. Leave me alone. Right, fuck. What do we need cannonballs for? We don't have a cannon. It annoys me that these are cloudy, but I think the only way to get them revealed is to stand there, which would get me in trouble with the steel watch. Yeah. Okay.
Very funny. I'm telling you, there's something off for that.
So the foundry is right here.
Here goes nothing.
Security zone. Trespassers will be terminated without warning. A fully grown shark, fresh from the ocean. Not an easy catch.
This is interesting. Like, how else do you get in except through these doors? But surely you don't want to do that. You can jump over the gate via the shack. Oh. But you still have to, like, sneak past these watchers, or else you have to fight a watcher. At least until you turn them off. Doesn't solve the problem that you have to enter through this main building. Through this main walkway, rather. Although the patrol here seems to be pretty lax compared to the Baldur's Mouth one. Alright. It's time to visit the nicest people in the sea.
This place is so
bitch.
Oh, Wave Mother, Queen of the Depths, hear me. Please carry Holly to her final rest in the deep wilds. Please. Sorry, are you here for Wave Servant Holly's funeral? Oh, it's already started. They're just inside.
Am I interrupting the funeral?
No. All are welcome to come and celebrate the life of the fallen Wave Servant. May the Wave Mother smile on you as she did Holly.
Examine the steel watch. Okay. The operations of these huge steel juggernauts are powered by engines of churning hell. Hey. Churning hellfire. They are... oh. Oh. So they're not gonna be difficult then, I see. Max damage is 8. Does that mean I can 160 damage this fucker? Okay, maybe we fight that one then. When we get there. We're not going to do Foundry for a while.
Of course you're right. Please, head inside. Don't let me keep you from the celebrations.
In fact, I might do the Oran stuff before we actually do the other companion stuff. And the reason why is because we can get Lae'zel back, and it seems like something I should do.
She's fond of trinkets, valuable. Or if you give her something, just make sure to sweeten the deal.
I thought it wise to make an offering to the Sea Queen before sailing out tomorrow. Wasn't expecting to find the servants so preoccupied.
Here to make an offering to Umberlee as well, eh? They say it's good luck to placate the bitch queen after a drowning.
Definitely.
Glad to hear it, friend. Maybe Umberlee will set her hand to all the strangeness going on in Grey Harbor now she's lost one of her own.
Where are you going?
Got to make sure my ships are covered.
Oh.
Perhaps we'll cross paths in the tavern later, eh?
You sure you're not a Dwergar? You look like a Dwergar.
She's gonna send me to the bottom of the sea, isn't she?
Not if she knows you've given her all you can. Let's start praying up a storm right now.
Dilgar Sneeze. Is that a kid?
Sorry, mate. No time to chat.
Oh.
Just here to make an offering, then leave. In and out, yeah?
Yes, I'm sure Umberlee appreciates a quick in and out. Really shows you care. Supplications to Umberlee. I think we've read that. Let me drink the brine of your glory deep into my lungs. Spare me the wrath of your supplicant. Offering's chest empty? Well, that's not good. Dr. Fairwise.
Did you hear the wave servants talking about a beast in Grey Harbor? If that's true, prayers are the least we can do.
The Wave Mother sees all. Even you.
And we have our first harsh fucker. There's going to be no shortage of them in a place like this. You put money in here. Or does opening it cause a fight?
Just keep your hands to yourself.
I wanted to see what was
You're
in
being
there. I'm gonna take it. There's a pouch with a shiny little number next to it that says 1. That means there's an item in there. That could be anything. That could be anything from a single gold piece to a fucking hand of Vecna. We need to know!
Almighty Umberlee, hear my prayer.
Gods. I'm barely enough to keep the ship sailing, let alone extra for Umberlee.
Unrivaled queen of the sea, surf, waves, wave mother.
A third clown's hand.
She's gonna send me to the bottom of the sea, isn't she?
The other hand of Vecna. It's not magical, but it's supposedly. That's weird. Huh? There are 2 of these? Well then what? Why was there a chest with stuff in it and now there's no stuff in the chest? I didn't take anything.
Maybe I need more pockets.
Does that make sense to you?
Time to press it.
There was shit and now there isn't shit. I was literally just gonna try to see if I can put money in there.
Second Tide is the Umberland holy day when the timber harvest for shipbuilding is blessed by the sacrifice of a juvenile kraken.
He's fond of trinkets, valuables. Or if you give us...
The celebration is in the main chamber. Praise Umberlee!
Dead eyes.
Most holy death.
Can't chat. These offerings need to be stored before the next tide, or there'll be a Landra to pay.
Ceremonial practices for initiant Umberlands. Placing the hand of the drowned with which you adorn yourself by nights upon the designated altar of your individual temple, you indicate your presence within the temple and availability for clerical duties throughout the day. Honoured by her honest cruelty, her guileless taking and giving and taking again. Supping of her salted gift and gargling day and night with the Sea Queen's brine, you keep the words of your mouth pure, the teeth that gnash healthsome. Honoured by her honest cruelty, her guileless taking and giving and taking again.
To the deep wilds. Know that we too shall gladly follow when our time has come.
Is this lady just walking on the body? What the fuck, Kale Doriax?
Furious and merciful Umberlee, hear our prayer. Flood the world with your word. Subsume us utterly. Rejoice, sisters, for Umberlee has blessed her humble daughter with a pure death. Her lips blue with her kiss, her lungs full of her quenching word. Umberle's mercy saved her from a slow, sinking death in the beast's shadow. How dare this beast sully the safety of Grey Harbor? We will find its master and send him struggling into the bitch queen's embrace. Not a sweet sleep like Holly's, but a suffocating flood of fruitless garths and bursting flesh. You, supplicant, what tribute do you bring to honor the Wave Mother's fallen daughter?
I'd like a fight! Maybe this doesn't give you a fight, but I need to find out. I'm not going to commit to this, but I feel like this should give you a fight, but hell, maybe Umberlee and Ogma get along. I don't know.
The other gods do not look kindly on the bitch queen.
Oh, okay.
But she looks kindly upon your prayers, priest.
This is one of the more upbeat funerals I've attended.
We are celebrating an act of divine mercy. Blessed Umberlee saw fit to spare her an ignoble death. But her passing was not as the Wave Mother intended. It was a beast who took her life. An unnatural one whose very existence is an affront to Umberlee. A wretched metal monstrosity hewn by hubris. A rusting pollutant that bleeds black blood into Umberlee's pristine waters.
How did Umberlee spare her an ignoble death?
The beast struck Holly while she was swimming in Grey Harbor. She was found by some fishermen. She would have suffered a terrible, agonizing death had Umberlee not bestowed upon her the mercy of drowning.
So to be clear, drowning here is the not terrible, not agonizing death. Have you ever experienced a taste of drowning? You don't wanna. I'm good at slaying beasts. Maybe I could help you.
The Queen of the Depths is generous to those who serve her, and her favor is far less deadly than her wrath. Find the master of this poisonous beast and slay him. Then one of her most precious gifts shall be yours.
This precious gift isn't drowning, is it? I have to.
That privilege is not yours to earn.
Where can I find the beast's master?
We haven't found its lair as yet. Perhaps you can find where the beast takes its slumber and skewer it before it wakes.
Right, I'll see what I can do.
Salt kiss your brow. We await your return and the Beastmaster's demise.
Avenge the drowned.
Sing, sisters. Sing Umberlee's name.
Entertain a sea memorial. I get an entertainer inspiration point for witnessing a fucking funeral? Really? It's because we offered something. Yeah. Sorry, why do I know that? I remember them saying they saw something big go underwater. I didn't hear them say Flim Cargo. I would have noticed. Did they say Flim Cargo? Because, yeah, we did speak to the fishermen. They said across the bay. Well, they didn't specify the name of the place, and I don't have any sense of direction. The only thing across the bay is the warehouse. Right. Down, down, down by... I like that that's the same melody as that, because, I mean... Water. We'll speak to the gathered ones.
Umberlee hears us and rejoices!
Does she?
Utterly. Feel the joy of Umberlee lap against your soul.
Would that everyone knew the Wave Mother's favor.
Sing, sisters. Sing in Umberlee's name. I long for such a beautiful death.
You got too much health, I can't kill you as a joke.
Oh, Umberlee, hear us. Umberlee, bring your daughter home.
Actually, I could just chain lightning the whole procession.
Fury upon the beast responsible for this injustice.
No, they resist lightning. Never mind. That's probably a good idea. They all resist lightning. What gives them that? Have advantage against wet creatures.
Hands off the drinks. We have enough to fill Grey Harbour. It's all for the funeral.
Flood the world with your word.
Fish's piss. I loved Holly as much as anyone, but they've been wailing and praying for hours. My best pot for a bit of quiet.
That's not very devout of you.
Out from under my feet, little weed.
Why do chefs all have a rolling pin up their arse?
Heavens, what's the hold-up? I dare say the wait is shorter in the City of Judgment. You might be waiting a while. I've been standing around for an age.
Everybody failed the survival check, so it's time to awkwardly shovel around.
Nothing interesting buried here. Nothing but dirt.
There it is.
They buy it at the fish market.
A Sahuagin is more likely to catch you.
I don't like this conversation at all.
Gortash's top priority will be surveillance, found buried in a dead drop chest.
You might be waiting a while. I've been standing around for an age.
You've been walking... You walked on the body!
What's a swalgogin?
A shark person, them. They don't play nice.
Mathurni.
If they're right about the Swahagan, I may take up another line of work. Though nothing seems safe these days.
Dim Finberg.
The others think I don't know shit, but I do. I do know shit.
Right then, Dim.
The really sad thing is, I don't even like the taste of fish. I think I'm afraid of swalgogins.
Ah, don't worry. Big liar's just pulling your leg.
I like how his examine shows him in the fishing animation, but because he doesn't have a rod, he just looks like he's holding an imaginary massive dick.
More likely to catch you.
Anyway, we have Big Liar Bronson.
You hear these mooks trying to tell me about fishing? I've been fishing here all my life.
Mooks?
Amateurs. You don't get scars on your fingertips like this unless you've been baiting hooks for 20 years.
That is a lot of time.
A swaggin stole my bait.
What's a swag, Gochin?
A shark person, them. They don't play nice.
Are we allowed on your second floor, or do you guys get testy?
A bloated carcass in the spume.
And the door's not locked or red. Counting the conches. For the first conch on your cord, remember the salt which cleanses, nourishes, and stings. For the second, remember the drowned. For the third, remember the tempests that whip her. For the fourth, remember the breath which fills your lungs, but that she might press out of you according to her will. For the fifth, remember the bounty of her body, the queen, the sea. I do know shit. See that pile over there? That's a pile of shit. Cow, I think. Darkbreaker Vilmina.
There's nothing for you up here, Flotsam. Back downstairs you go.
You say that, but the door is neither red nor locked again.
You'd better have a very good offering in hand if you're being this much of a pain.
Praise her for this most holy death.
Will you attack me?
You've wandered into a forbidden area. You sense it might be time to leave.
Wave, Mother.
What if I did do that again?
For this Eve its master, a bloated carcass in the spume.
Okay.
May you wait.
Hey there. I'm just exploring. Looks like this is the last room anyway. Sadly, the Myrmidon can't read acquisitions.
Still breathing, despite everything.
By year's end, we'll have sufficient resources to acquire Nerthamus' shipping yard. For years now, the duties paid at docks across the city have been far too low. The temple all but subsidizes local trade. This will be rectified once we are able to acquire enough docks to force a rise in tariffs. We may even be able to re-gild the nave in Waterdeep with profits.
Anything of use?
High security vault key and Wave Mother's cloak. During combat once per turn, you gain water layer protection until you take damage, which prevents burning, resists fire damage, vulnerable to lightning and cold. That's awful. You don't want that. That's more liabilities than it is help. But what's a Tour of Tempest?
Always this same old song. If it will help.
This book, long as an encyclopedia but written in an untamed, barely legible style, describes the Tempest Domain, from which some clerics can draw power. And look! When you are whipped with the wild winds, or stricken until stick-like and burning from the god's lashing lightning tongue, are you not suffused with the power of Tempest? Aye, how Queen Umberlee and Lord Talos fight and fray over its dominion, but even they on high know in truth Tempest can never be tamed, only channeled by the favoured few. Reach up thy hands to the sky, outstretched, awaiting breath of gods to blast the oblivious, supplicate and ask to be drowned, to be blown asunder, to be destroyed, or perhaps, to be granted such might to speak the words of Talos with thine own sweet hand. And now we undo our, indiscretion. Oh, no, not that way.
You've set foot in a restricted area. A swift...
It was literally... the fucking wall was in the way. I was clicking out. Anyway. Are we able to get to here? We would be, but we'd have to jump.
Warning, plague risk, do not enter. This ship is under strict quarantine until further notice.
Oh, fuck. What happened here? Why do I think they're all gonna get up?
What's inside?
Am I right in thinking this is the last part of the city? Like, other than all of the marks that we've made saying come back later, this is the last thing to look at that I haven't noticed.
Soldier.
Open the way, please.
All right.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Succeeded against what? The elementals are over there. I'm gonna let them stay. Oh, Minsk. Minsk, what does that mean?
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
The Lustrous Lass. When the Fist Manip said he wanted me to check out a Lustrous Lass, I didn't realise that was a ship's name, and I almost said something regrettable. But when he said the vessel was under quarantine after drifting to harbour with a dead crew, I realised Ilmater had a task for me. The crew were dead indeed, of poison or pestilence, but what killed them? I found a wicker basket of rotting fruit of a kind I didn't recognise. Could that be it? There's an aura of wickedness here that belies mere death by food poisoning. I must search more thoroughly, but all of a sudden I'm feeling very tired. Very tired.
What's in here?
Disby has I told Jorgens. Jorgens, I said, the captain should never have dropped anchor at Crone Island. But Jorgens just laughed at me, like he always does. Now I ain't seen the captain in days, just stays in her cabin and calls out through her door saying she's sick, and I'm feeling mighty poorly myself. Jorkins don't look so good neither, but at least he stopped laughing at me. She can, but wait. The last few 10 days since I made the deal with the Gloom Crone have been the happiest I've ever known. Enough gold to last the rest of your life, she promised, and every day I've hefted those heavy clinking bags and been satisfied with my lot. But I didn't want to just feel it, I wanted to see it. So last night I opened the sacks and discovered the Crone's trick. 6 actual gold pieces, while the rest of the coins, thousands of them, were nothing but worthless dross. I chucked them over the side in the dark, but then I suddenly felt ill. Well, who wouldn't? But something is scratching and making noise in my baggage. Something bigger than a rat. And I'm afraid to see what it is. Yes, she didn't lie to you. You made a very, very big mistake in your wording choice. That's what we call an invitation. Hey there. What? Ah. Well, I'm gonna have to power through that and have a big old rest after.
Blood it shall have to be.
Because I don't have any better ideas. How do you deal damage without dealing damage?
Quickly, or Boo shall have to find another mount.
Ow.
All right, Karlak, it's go time. Want to do it?
Soldier, I need your help.
Come on. Can't stay idle.
Oh. Did that not hurt me? Oh, temp health. Well, it's okay, Karlak. We'll get you back up.
That's it.
No! Karlak!
There you are. And I'll,
Watch out, Devil.
let's give us one of them.
None nap so powerfully as Boo.
And we'll maybe drink some potions.
Attention.
Have you met my hamster?
Do you have anything better? No.
Well, well, well.
I've got a long road ahead.
Send him a superior or two.
My boot craves the crunch of unvirtuous nethers.
Oh, he did have him.
All right. What now?
We're fine. It's dead.
Something good here. I hope.
Jorkins, my own deal. Ridiculous old Disby and his portents of doom. But this time, maybe he's right. Though everything would be fine if Harfang had made me quartermaster, as I deserved, instead of giving the position to that old coot. But she went and did it, so when we anchored at Crone Island, I slipped ashore and made my own deal. I'm a smart one, I am. Yeah, so these guys all made hag deals and it killed everybody.
Very well.
Good environmental storytelling. We get the whole picture just from 4 dead bodies. He's still sick? No. Why not? What happened? He didn't die, she did. Whatever. Oh, the imp was like the disease. Because it was a magical disease.
They've forgotten about us.
They'd better.
I want to go here. I might actually... I was thinking of taking my break before we start Flim Cargo. I just didn't want to auto path into a restricted area. Get into any unnecessary fights with Gortashians. What she should say is I am absolutely not an absolute spy. But here we go. We'll talk to some of these people again in case any of them have a quest-related change to their dialogue. But, we'll do that when I come back. It's the same reason people make deals with devils and demons. It's like... very stupid. But people are desperate enough that they fool themselves into thinking that they're making a good decision.
Won't win this war on our arses, will we? Sounds worse than it is.
I'm gonna get away from him. I don't want to have to listen to... Well, I don't want you to have to listen to coughing all the time while I'm... Here, I'll park the camera at the top floor of the lodge. That's safe. Still got a lot of quests. Still don't know where Dribble's head is. I guess it must be somewhere in the Baal stuff. Right. I will be back.
a day longer than I have to. No, you conk. You ain't got stripes on the sails. Those are spots, you idiot. I'm starting to think they've forgotten about us. I ain't seen no new ships in a while, though. I'll run out of coin if I have to stay here a day longer than I have to. No, you cock. You ain't got stripes on the sails. Those are spots, you idiot. I'm starting to think they've forgotten about us. I ain't seen no new ships in a while, though. I'll run out of coin if I have to stay here a day longer than I have to. No, you conk. You ain't got stripes on the sails. Those are spots, you idiot. I'm starting to think they've forgotten about us. I ain't seen no new ships in a while, though. Better hope not. I'll run out of coin if I have to stay here a day longer than I have to.
stripes on the sails. Those are spots, you idiot. I'm starting to think they've forgotten about us. I ain't seen no new ships in a while, though. Better hope not. I'll run out of coin before I can stay here a day longer than I have to. forgotten about us. I ain't seen no new ships in a while, though. Better hope not. I'll run out of coin if I have to stay here a day longer than I have to. No, you conk. You ain't got stripes on the sails. Those are spots, you idiot. I'm starting to think they've forgotten about us. I ain't seen no new ships in a while, though. Better hope not. I'll run out of coin if I have to stay here a day longer than I have to. No, you conk. You ain't got stripes on the sails. Those are spots, you idiot. I'm starting to think they've forgotten about us. I ain't seen no new ships in a while, though. Better hope not. I'll run out of coin if I have to stay here a day longer than I have to. No, you conk. You ain't got stripes on the sails. Those are spots, you idiot. I'm starting to think they've forgotten about us. I ain't seen no new ships ships in a while, though. Better hope not. I'll run out of coin if I have to stay here a day longer than I have to. No, you cock. stripes on the sails. Those are spots, you idiot. I'm starting to think they've forgotten about us. I ain't seen no new ships in a while, though. Better not, no. I'll run out of coin if I have to stay here a day longer than I have to. Conk. It ain't got stripes on the sails. Those are spots, you idiot.
Was it a nice, peaceful break this time up here, away from all the repeating dialogue? There's a pack of refugees there.
I never affiliate with anyone who isn't prepared to drown me in money.
Nice. Sailor with 69 months. How are you? Your stream's been going well from what I've seen. Let's
discussion.
Let me remind myself who these people in this boat are.
The cranes, I say. Do I have to think of everything myself?
Yes.
This bosun is a slave driver. I need a break, but will I get one?
Maybe you'll just have to break her. You know?
The dock's gonna sink into the harbour before we get this tub unloaded.
If your boss won't give you a break, break them. I can't push you around with a broken spine. Okay, that's maybe a bit too extreme. Please do not commit assault upon thine employer. Or anyone. What about you two? Are you related to this warehouse?
Excuse me.
Great.
Everyone's working doubles at the moment. Lord Gortash says it's the only way we'll beat the Absolute.
Well, it was my birthday 2 days ago, which is, you know, has its pluses and its minuses. Otherwise, I have mostly fallen into a Sea of Thieves rabbit hole, which is fine.
Blood? No. Oil. Leading right inside.
I believe
Cursed to put my
we'd
hands
made
on
the decision, and we ended up not going in here, because...
Flim Cargo. All imports and exports duly handled in accordance with the Trades Act as decreed by the Council.
The storage place was too much for you. What do you mean by that? Do you mean that it took up too much space on your PC and you had to uninstall it? Or is that... you talking about something in the game? Ah. That is, yeah. That is a shit reason to have to lose a game, but like it's true, isn't it? Sea of Thieves, I did need to make space for when I downloaded it. So the idea we'd had was to go in this way, but we will need. Actually, I think we can get up there from here without having to enhance leap, but we'll find out. It's fun to go in the front door, I guess, but do these guys care if I lockpick it? I guess they are just refugees, they're not NPCs that matter.
Just out of view.
Yeah, no, they don't see me.
I can crack that open.
Yeah, it's like Hitman, they have fake people on the streets.
Free for the taking.
Oh boy. Sorry. Gristle, Snarl, Ripper, Snap, and Cuddleface. Right.
No rest, be you wicked or wise.
They're all the same. They're not hugely threatening, they're level 2.
Swallow your battle cries,
So while I
fiend,
could drop a
and watch
Jahira
them
spell on them,
cowards
I think
steal.
that's a waste. Especially when volley can hit 4 out of 5. Really trying here for 5 out of 5, but I think no. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. 4 out of 5. God. See the it looks like a ramp. Look at it. 4, 7, 10, 22. Unfortunately, the one on the edge has the most health, so I'm not gonna swap to the other 4. I'll have to have Karlak take care of Gristle. Attack roll 20, attack roll 8, attack roll 20, attack roll 17, attack... Attack roll 17, 18, another 20. 3 crits in one volley, 1 crit in the second.
For the fallen.
Nothing will stand in my way.
I will let that speak for itself. And I'm not going to use either of my lightnings on one enemy. But here, you can have Luck of the Far Realms. Is that Call the Wick? See, here's what I don't understand, because I dealt 34 damage to a 42 health. That means 8 health left. Blasted Gristle for 3 psychic damage, Cull the Weak. Is it that the damage that Cull the Weak deals is first applied, then it checks its health, and if the health is low enough, it just dies outright instead of needing to have the rest of the damage dealt? Is that how that works? Because it never seems to add up.
Maybe more. Gortash.
Apart from wargs, we have not encountered any beasts. Well, I mean, wargs are, but... These aren't nearly fearsome enough for an Umberly priestess to have trouble.
Best be on my way. Wonder what's past this.
There's a dead goblin up here. Do you know how I know? Because his name's Dead Goblin. I like how they specify creatures that were dead to begin with, but with the dead label. Like, something you kill does not become dead warg, but something that was dead before you got in here will be called dead warg. Guide to Taming Wargs, Chapter 10, a summary. Wargs are smart, probably smarter than you. Never forget it. They'll hunt in packs, but only if they like each other. Best mix of some quiet types and other aggros, keep each other calm-like. Never let them taste meat you don't want them to go for all the time. People, never ever. Don't play favourites, they're very sensitive. God. Don't let them taste something unless you want them to always want to kill it for the rest of their existence. Jesus Christ.
What's hiding here?
Like, do they not have tastes? Is there not something where they were like, oh, I don't actually like that? If they like everything they ever eat, then they should go for everything all the time. And if they're smart, they should know that. I suppose there's one way to break into the bank's docks, just enhance your leap and get onto that boat and off you go. Ooh, hello.
That's it.
No one stopped me yet. At the ready. If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine.
I don't think the Steelwatch care about what happens in this building, but still. All that's in there is a fish and a fish head.
Breathe deep and move.
Well, that was way less interesting.
These boots have seen everything.
I guess the point of that is to drop it on something's head, but we're not having a fight out here. Please don't say yet. Nothing on the goblin. So what are we here for? There's a lyre, fish barrel, fishing rod, yeah. Well, the quest marker points to the second floor, but there's not much second floor. Ah!
That's curious.
have Flim Cargo's basement. There it is. This seems more like it's part of the sewers than the basement.
I'll give it a shot.
Detention block. That one's on. Wasn't this owned by... Wasn't Flim the name of Gortash's parents? Is this a Gortash-owned place? A negotiation. Antiope. Received your note of demanding that I double the payment rate for your services as my Sahuagin Wrangler. While I appreciate candor in my direct reports, some of your remarks might be regarded as disrespect. I'm going to give you a chance to rethink your position. I'm sure if you think hard, you'll come around to my way of thinking. Lord Gortash. Considering we found this note on a skeleton in an abandoned jail cell, I don't think he came around. Or if he did, I don't think he was given a chance to mention it.
Open up.
There's a fucking propaganda pamphlet in the prison. A greasy, smelly climb down. I think I know the other side of that. Yes. Yes, we've seen that. A greasy, smelly climb up. We don't need that note anymore. You have been surveilled and found problematic. Sincerely, the people of Tumblr.
Making me sweat.
It looks like a secret door, but it isn't. Shit over there, though. All that's left is that south door. Who jumped over here with me? Oh, the water myrmidon. On me. Thought I couldn't.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Right.
Don't be shy.
Are you gonna be able to hit me with Featherfall?
Never a dull moment.
No.
Hey ho.
What if I was directly below? There we go.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. All's well that ends, well, not as bad as it could have.
Crisis averted. Machine parts storage. Okay. Some infernal iron. We don't need that anymore, but that's cool.
Come on, let's go.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it. Better not be cursed.
Subaquatic dock. Red Hammer the Deviser. You wouldn't be the Beastmaster, would you? Yep.
How much further can I go?
We're looking for a Beastmaster.
Might be useful. No traps, please.
Why do we know that the beast has a master anyway? Like, what about it suggested that it's controlled? Oh, that's not a beast. Right, this is interesting. Hey.
Oi! What's this? You ain't supposed to be down here, mate.
You spot a curious metal contraption in the water. A submersible.
Haven't you heard? I'm the new waterway inspector.
No one tells me anything. Last I heard, Lord Gortash handles this port's inspections personally. Anyway, if you're in charge of the waterways, you've got a lot of work to do. Those Umberly servants are making the trip to the Iron Throne damn near deadly. Bloody salt is always flopping around in the water. I've almost hit one or two now. Might have even nicked one off the port bow the other day. Maybe that'll teach them to keep out of the way.
What goes on in the Iron Throne? So I'm pretty sure that's, yeah, the Iron Throne used to be a big tower that you visited in Baldur's Gate 1, but it has since been demolished and buried.
You're testing me. All right. It's an underwater prison. Most secure in the realms.
Huh.
Myself and Cap are the only ones who can make it there in one piece. Lord Gortash keeps some Gondians there. Collateral to keep those working in the Steelwatch Foundry under control.
Should I go there now? Should I save it for when I'm doing Gortash stuff? Because we could just, like, pursue the Umberlee thing. I don't know, it depends on where it leads us, but let me just go with number 2 for now. You killed one of those servants of Umberlee, now they want you dead. Doing this will make Gortash hostile. Yeah, no, I don't want that. I don't want that, that's bad. But I think I can pursue the Umberlee line.
Oh, yeah? And are you here to make good on that?
Okay. Leave. Well, I mean, I could ask him to take me, but not actually go. Like, I could say, hey, will you take me to the Iron Throne? Cool, I'll come back when I want to go to the Iron Throne. Take me to the Iron Throne and I'll protect you from the Umberlee's servants.
Bloody mermaids. I'll take you in, but look, there's some bad shit going down in there. You don't want to get involved. Neither did I, but it was them or me. I'll get Cat warmed up. Get in when you're ready.
See you in a few weeks. Oh, he disappears. Oh, we should just go in there when we're ready to go. Well, that's not what I was expecting. So we have to kill him and betray our word if we want to appease Umberlee.
Don't give me trouble now.
Uh-oh. We could kill him and learn how to drive the thing ourselves. Schematics for subsurface vessel. A schematic drawing of a metallic passenger submersible spans the many folding pages within this book. The bottom right of each page is watermarked with a representation of the Gondian House of Wonders. Ah! Red Hammer's journal. Blast and curse that Gortash for making this job so juicy I couldn't turn it down. How could I refuse the opportunity to build the cap from those Gondian plans? Making Red Hammer's signature improvements as I went along, of course. But this is far worse than just a smuggling job. I suspect there's torture going on in the throne, and I don't trust these Bay Knights as far as I can kick 'em. This is all going to end badly. I think I'd better complete that clockwork escape kayak pronto-like. That sounds fun. Well, you can all stop hinting because we're not going to do it just yet. Is that it down here? Yeah. Because that's obviously the way the submarine goes. And then has to play dodge 'em with the Umberlee servants on the way down. It's gonna be fun venting about how badly your drow fucked all of it up. Not you. Your drow. That bitch. Okay, now I need to make a decision. We have an hour. So we can get started on something. We could go for murder. We could go for Cazador. We could go for Shadowheart. We could go for Will. The thing about doing Shadowhearts is that it's basically the only content in the game I won't bring Karlach for, and it's because I know who we're going to meet at the House of Grief. And I want to bring Jaheira and Minsk both. That might be a reason, yeah. We could also Shadowheart. It's part of the map is still covered up, so you could do Murder Tribunal or you could do Shadowheart. Do Murder Tribunal, says Blue Moon, because she has a call soon and she doesn't want to miss Shadowheart. Okay, that's a good reason. We can do Shadowheart on Friday. In that case, I don't believe I need to change the party in any way. I think Murder Tribunal works. Or is there anybody that should join us that isn't already with us? That I wouldn't think of. Now, by Murder Tribunal, we do not mean the Undercity, we mean Candlehallows. So I think that's closest to Basilisk Gate. What are my resources looking like? Do I want a long rest? I've only used 2 spells and I still have my stuff. We've got 1 short rest left of 3.
What's cooking?
Karlach only has 2 rage charges.
Hmm?
Jaheira still has her 5s and 6s, so she's fine. Minsk doesn't really lose anything. Unless there's going to be 3 fights in there, I'd say we're good.
Should mind my step.
Although I guess Volo's at my camp. But we can talk to him on Friday. Does anybody have any reaction lines to anything, actually?
Darling?
No. Actually, yeah, we might want to sort camp out.
The cub speaks.
Not necessarily to long rest, but to talk to Volo and make sure that Volo doesn't mess with anything else camp-related. Because I forgot about him. Where is he?
Oakfather preserve you.
There he is.
It is splendid to see you again, my friend. If you hadn't saved me from that mob, I'd be penning a guide to the afterlife based on first-hand experience. Perhaps you would hazard a guess as to why the mob turned on me?
'Cause you're a wanker? I just assumed decades of spreading lies and misinformation had caught up with you.
Nonsense! It is my dedication to truth that endangers my well-being, and I have uncovered the most startling truth imaginable. The Lord of Murder has returned.
Oh,
As
funny
he did
that.
100 years ago, Baal has set his accursed sights on Baldur's Gate, and his temple runs red with the blood of the innocent. Oren is his chosen, and like Sarevok before her, she is able to take on the savage form of the Slayer. If the Slayer is not stopped, it will slaughter every living thing in this city. As one of those things, I'm particularly eager to stop it. And there is a way. I have a study of the beast, penned by the wizard Irenicus himself.
Oh, Jesus, we're just dropping the references here.
Needed to slay the Slayer. Now I just need a brave adventurer, willing to face Baal's chosen, and to put the knowledge into practice.
So we need to kill Buffy. Alright.
Wonderful! I can scarcely think of anyone more suitable. It will serve you well. A study of the Slayer, penned by John Irenicus. It's
one of a kind, so do try to keep it away from the inevitable bloodbath.
You are going to give me this for free, right? Tell me about Irenicus.
A genius. Exiled from his home in the elven paradise of Soldanessala, when he attempted to seize the power of life itself, he instead turned his magnificent mind to murder on a grand scale. That is how he came to crave the power of the Baalspawn. He saw them not as living things, but as tools for his own machinations. In the end, though Irenicus took the form of the Slayer for himself, it was a Baalspawn who thwarted him, the same that saved Baldur's Gate.
You know, I wonder what happens if you talk to him as Jaheira or Minsk here, because, like, the companions at camp don't really interact because they're all standing in their own spots. But did Larian think of that? Because, like, fucking hell. I have saves since we brought him to our... I'm going to check that after we finish here, but let's do the regular conversation first. What is the Slayer?
The Dream Eater. It is said the children of Baal are claimed throughout their sleep, ever disturbed by visions of a life of bloodshed and terror. Once they have seen too much, once these dreams drive their minds to break, they are beset by the Slayer. It is a beast of unspeakable violence that consumes all in its path, including the soul of the one who is host to it.
Baal is a shit everything. No, but have they talked about what's in this final patch? Guess it makes sense. It's had a few now. I'll need more than a book to face Baal's Chosen.
Quite so. I was rather hoping you'd gathered all the rest of the adventuring paraphernalia yourself. You'll need every advantage.
Oh, that's the last one. I'd heard about that patch. It just didn't sound like it would make... I just assumed that they'd put something else in. Okay. Well, this is a daunting... I've already slain Merkel's Chosen. I can handle this.
I am a living witness to Baal's defeat those 100 years ago.
Fucking are you?
So I know your battle against him is
I don't remember you being there.
He can be stopped, but not all of those who stood against him survived. And those who did were never the same again. I wish you luck, my friend. And I hope that when I see you again, you'll be in one piece. 2 or 3 at most.
He shows up a couple times in Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, but he wasn't fucking there when we, finish it. Regarding the Slayer, I will read this when I return from... Well, hang on, first of all. He probably won't, now that we've already gotten the book from him. But what I want to do... I want to load... Any quick save from after we saved him will do, so, like, this will do. How is Volo even alive? The dude is just a human. There'd be an answer to that. How is Volo alive? I haven't read/played through the adventure, so I can't confirm it, but in the wiki it says in the Waterdeep Dragon Heist adventure he was stuck in an imprisonment spell sometime before 1385 and was only released sometime after 1482. They minsked him, from the sounds of that. They just did the same thing that they do. They just stasis you until the story becomes relevant again. It's a bit lazy, to be honest, but hey. What is Elminster? Is he? Because I'm pretty sure he's just a human as well, but magic keeps him going. So my intention here is to see if they've changed, if they make any changes to how he describes Irenicus.
Time for the niceties.
If you speak, or to your dialogue, if you speak to Volo as Jaheira and or Minsk.
It is splendid to see you again, my friend. If you hadn't saved... Perhaps you would hazard a guess as to why the mob turned on me?
I just assumed decades of spreading lies and misinformation had caught up with you.
Nonsense! The Lord of Murder has returned.
You're
as he
shitting
did
me.
100 years ago. Oren is if the slave... And there it... Now I just need a brave adventurer. Wonderful! It will serve you well.
Tell me about Irenicus.
In the end, though Irenicus took the form of the...
I mean...
himself, it was a bound...
Yeah, she wouldn't be happy with that.
the same that...
Irenicus killed her husband and tortured her and all of her friends. She knows about Irenicus. Speaking of, let's read a book by him. Yeah, they don't expect you to go there as them. I reckon if it hadn't have been a camp conversation and they had have been witnessing it, they would have had reaction lines. So it's actually, I'm a little sad they didn't. Because, like, Minsk and Jahira both... Baldur's Gate 2's approach to its villain is very, if you haven't played it, but if you're familiar with Borderlands 2, it's a very similar idea where... Everybody hates Irenicus so fucking much. That's the whole thing you're doing. You really hate this guy, you want to find him and kill him because of what he did to you. The game starts after he's already hurt you. Just as Borderlands 2 starts after Handsome Jack has already hurt and tried to kill the Vault Hunters. It's that same idea of... Word 1, the first thing this game feeds you is... See that guy? That guy there? You want to fucking kill him. Regarding the Slayer by John Irenicus. Even though this child of Baal has thus far been squandering the gift of their unholy blood, it seems that Baal's lash is inescapable. The graven god now had besieged them with the Slayer, the Beast, and the Prophet. And when they turn, their mind is broken. More broken than all my torments could ever rend it to. I spent all this while testing the captive spawn with my experiments, trying to extract more of Baal's gifts from them. But they have brought the Slayer upon themselves. It seems that it manifests in moments of pure hatred. A divine hatred those of mortal blood cannot fathom. When the child of Baal hates in a way that pleases their lord, Baal himself descends upon them as his own avatar. Despite all the Baal spawn of Candlekeep has done to prevent Saravok's uprising, it seems Father must love them dearly indeed to intervene personally on their behalf. Perhaps if I continue my routine of absorbing all of the divine essence I extracted while the spawn was my captive, I can force Baal's magics to quicken in my own blood, trick the fool god into thinking I am one of his own children. Thus may I tame the beast for myself. The book then continues with a detailed record of Irenicus' experimental attempts to transform into the Slayer.
If not over, then through.
What kind of motherfucker looks at this like horrendous beast transformation, correctly identifies it as the god himself taking over the person and like conduiting them, and then says, you know what, I want him to do that to me. I want to trick him into doing that to me. You said we got a new condition? Slayer knowledge. You have advantage on saving throws against being frightened by a Baalspawn Slayer. The term Volo found was very informative. What the hell is Lickspittle's alertness? When did I get that? Ha! Ha! Worshipful sir. Right, yeah. I'm cooler than the hat. If you're unfamiliar, Irenicus was played by David Warner.
Interference with flaming fist property.
Really good in a lot of things, but he was in that torture episode of Star Trek Next Generation. He was the torturer with the there are 4, there are 5 lights.
Bless them with the strength.
I dare say that considering Irenicus's introduction is as a torturer, that is probably a good, solid reason why he was given that role. Anyway, we're going up here. Murder! I'm aboard the murder tribunal. Last call, by the way, if you want me to swap any party members out. But Minsk is the only one I would swap out. And frankly, I kind of like having him because that volley is like... better than Astarion ever was. Okay. Celadon. You go so far as to say this party is correct.
Red text on it reading, "All are weighted, all are embraced. None shall escape."
Well, that's fucked. That looks Baalish. Not that we'd fucking know.
The reddish symbol is vile and repellent, but you're not sure where you've seen it before.
Sicarius. Baalist Crypt. They're over there. It's a bit dark in here. Oh, that's odd. Oh, I see. That's where we came down, right.
Flaming fists this way.
I don't think so. Unless they're actually been set on fire. Tribunal antechamber, so that's the way on. Let's go in here. Red dye. Number 2.
Trap there.
I don't think the trap intended for you to go that way. Heh. That which guards, that which lurks, that which watches. I don't see any that which gives cuddles. That which offers you some refreshments on this fine eve.
Present me well from gifts thine own, or I shall rend thy flesh from bone.
I killed to be here, and took the victim's hand as proof.
A grasping hand, an offering vile. Enter now the Dreadlord's trial.
I think it's the bardly way to not actually dirty my hands, but to pilfer from the one that did and use it to get in. That which guards, lurks, and watches. It's fucking empty in here. So if this isn't Oren... Echo of a Melisande. Oh no. Are you gonna see like a Saravok ghost here? Maybe it's just her. Maybe it's just her. This was like the final villain. A bit of a shit one. She was nothing on Irenicus or even Saravok, but she was the last one. She pretends to be friendly. I think she calls herself Melisande at first, and then a Melisande after you've killed all the others. Hey, I just read that sentence. I mean, it makes sense. He's technically not dead as of Throne of... Okay. Or maybe he is. I don't know. This could be another ghost thing. But I can see why Minsk is the correct choice to bring here. Right, and that makes sense why there's two bar-list areas. Because, like, Orin... you can't overshadow Orin because she's, like, one of the big chosen, right? That's why I was thinking, I wasn't expecting a Saravok twist in this game because you didn't want to undermine Orin. But perhaps some essence of him is the murder tribunal. Maybe that's how that works. He's probably sitting on here. Well, who are the other two here? We have Echo of Ilisera and Echo of Sendai. But only 3. I guess Yagashura would need a bigger chair. But I don't think they'd put him above a Melisande. Bazigal was like... Wasn't he some kind of monster or something? What was a Bazigal? Balthazar wouldn't fit because he wasn't truly a bar list. Yeah, Bazigal was a dragon, so he couldn't. He couldn't sit in a chair. Okay, that makes sense why it's these 3. I think the big chair is Saravok, then. Either we haven't moved close enough to see him in it, or he doesn't show up in it until we get closer in the first place. Oh boy. And now the question is whether this is going to be a living, breathing man, and they're going to go with Throne of Baal as, hey, he got resurrected and he's still alive after all this time. Or whether this is an echo. Both are valid, I would say. There he is. Fucking hell. Level 16! Cheating prick. Saravok Anshev, Justice of the Murder Tribunal. Now, is he gonna have a good voice actor? Because, like, if they brought Kevin Michael Richardson back, yay, but they haven't brought anybody else back so far, so I doubt it. He's wearing a stupid hat. Exceptional plate. Extra attack. First blood. On a hit, inflict bleeding upon anybody who hasn't been hurt yet. Good thing I kept Karlak slightly hurt then, I guess. Cannot be surprised, cannot be disarmed. Yeah. I mean, maybe he'll accept the hand. And we won't have to... Of course we have to fight him. We've got Jahira and Mitsk. Ain't no way that he's going to see through that. Or he's not going to see through that. We have Jahira and Mitsk. Unless Baal's taken his memories and he's some kind of, like, thrall. Which could be true. Maybe Aron's got the better of him. Alright. Fuck it. Though I imagine if you came here as a full evil run with a party like Minthara and Astarion and I guess Lae'zel or someone, you could probably get away with winning him over. But not with this troop.
You gaze upon murder's progeny, child.
Fuck!
His most ill-trusted zealots.
His faithful departed.
Prodigal servants, each returns to do his bidding eternally.
This man is known to all Baldurians, and his presence sparks dread in the pit of your stomach. Before you is Saravok Arnchev, a Baalist who almost brought Baldur's Gate to ruin a century ago. Davella was right. Not just an imitator, but Saravok himself.
This is the court of the Dread Lord's Tribunal. I am its custodian. Here come those who seek to transcend. Aspirants of his most profane order. The would-be unholy assassins of Baal. But these are not aspirants. You have brought traitors of Baal into our midst. Harpa Worm, the abdicating hero. Your keen sense for this city has withered in your absence. And you, man of stone, as you stood a statue, a helpless ornament. Your city warped, changed, became ripe for the plucking.
Saravok, Baal's least favorite son. Still tied to Daddy's apron strings, I see.
The history they share may be long gone, but the threat of violence between them is as fresh as newly spilled blood. Neither party will let the other walk out of here alive.
What purpose do you have in bringing these heretics to the court of Baal? Speak, or death will be your final word.
Would you two like to kill the old man, or should I? How do you know each other?
Simple. We beat him about the brow and butt until he was dead.
Saravok once fancied himself Baal's chosen, until we put him in his place. Feel no shame for forgetting him. History shall do the same.
These two have long meddled in my affairs, and my father's.
Should I even attempt option 1? Man. Is that Guanbush and XPL on number 1 and the other two on number 2? Oh, number 1's winning. I feel like Minsk and Jahira and Karlak even won't like me if I try to downplay it. But we do seek a path to the Temple of Baal because we have a captured companion there. So arguably... Talk first, stab second. Oh yeah, we'll still kill him, but we can see what we can get information out of him first. We're not here to dig up old feuds. I seek a path to the Temple of Baal.
Do not parley with this madman.
Zarevok once had his chance to taste of goodness, but he spat it back out. Now he may taste boot leather instead.
You speak of the past. I speak of the future. Well, aspirant, do the shades of yesterday speak for you too? There are two paths to the Temple of Baal. To carve your devotion into flesh, or to be the carcass that is carved upon.
This man's voice has been dragged 30 miles along gravel roads. It's interesting because he's not trying to sound like the original, like Kevin Michael Richardson. Let me see if I can find Sarevok. Let me see if I can do the thing that I've been doing with Can I play this? Oh, I see. Hang on.
Face me! Face the new Lord of Murder! The streets will run red with blood when my work is finished.
This new guy's doing something with his accent that the original did not do.
You are indeed family. No other could have lived to oppose me in person. Of course, it will not matter in the end. Ultimately, I will prevail, and a new era will be born unto the realms.
I mean, I like both of them. Surprisingly, the path to the Temple of Murder is murder. I brought these two here as offerings for Baal? I think now we say, would you two like to kill the old man, or shall I? Because my other choices are to either, no, or although it would be funny to do a like, if you were doing like a sly traitor sort of run, right? Recruit Jahira, recruit Minsk, and give them to him. But how could you do that? Because you know what, that would then create an issue where like you'd have yourself and one party member fighting the other two. And we couldn't with fucking Karlach. Holy shit. You know what? I want to know what it looks like. I'm gonna reload. So don't get excited, XBL, don't get excited, YouTube, but I want to see what the scene looks like. I want to see what they say. I'm going to say number 2 for science, and then I'm going to reload and say number 3, because that's the real answer. Yeah, I brought these two here as offerings for Baal.
Minsk politely declines your offer to be an offering. I am afraid he is already claimed by Boo.
You toss allies aside so easily. After everything? If you are so eager to join this worm, then may you both be buried here together.
This is a sacrifice my father has long lusted for. But it is not the giving of their lives that will please Baal. It is the taking. The tribunal bears witness. Aspirant, do not disappoint us.
We're not doing that. Yeah. This would be an interesting fight. Oh, they disapprove, do they? Karlach sides with us. This would be an interesting fight because all of a sudden you have to 2v2. But I guess what you could do is you could bring one of them in and do it that way. And then 3v1. Anyway. Definitely fucking not. God, imagine Blue Moon coming back. I don't know if she's still here, but she said she had a call. Coming back on Friday and be like, where's Minsk and Jaheira? Oh yeah, I sacrificed them to Baal. Karlach and I split their heads open. It was great.
You speak of the past. I speak of the future. Well, aspirant, do the shades of yesterday speak for you too? There are two paths to the Temple of Baal. To carve your devotion into flesh, or to be the carcass that is carved upon.
We'll find a third way. Would you two like to kill the old man, or should I?
You get to my age, you have already done everything. Be my guest.
We have already smashed Sarevok's soul from his body once. Boo says it is your turn.
And so, the Harper and the idiot Ranger raised their weapons against Sarevok once more. Your hubris will be your undoing, as it was once mine. Only this time, you will fall, and Baal will have his offering by my hand.
Why are you so sure of yourself? And so we have... Sari. And how is he being buffed by these three? We kill these three first? No. When this ghost dies, Sarevok's attacks will start healing him. When this ghost dies, Sarevok... Okay. We need to focus down Sarevok, because Sarevok doesn't get the buff if he's dead when they are. Oh, the door guards are... They're only temporarily hostile. Even Sarevok's only temporarily hostile. That's weird. This creature will die if the master does. Alright, we need to go ham on Sarevok. What do we want to do with her level 6? We could toss a sunbeam at him.
Enough circling.
But I don't know that I want to hit these guys. What's your... It's likely to pass saving throws because of legendary resistance. Misty Step, Cone of Cold, Sarevok. Just get like here. Okay. Level 6 Code of Cold, get the additional... Oh, it's only an additional D8. And he'll probably save. Because he can do that for basically free. So I'll just 5 it. Used Indomitable? Right, so that's gone, and he still has 2 legendary resistances.
I will not tolerate impudence. This place shall be your grave. No legendary resistance use there, unfortunately. Now, Minsk could volley all of these guys, but I think we are best suited by trying to kill Saravok before we even start attacking the Echoes, so... A lot of Minsk's fun spells and things hit multiple targets too, so let's just, like, use... You have a good arrow we can use on him that isn't AoE? He didn't get chilled. Prevent your target from healing. Oh yeah, Hunter's Marking, right.
My hamster hears, and I obey.
Yeah, the effects of most of these arrows is a small AoE, so it's probably not actually worth. He's not an aberration or any, like, monster that this could hit harder on, and I don't know that he has anything... Yeah, he has no vulnerabilities. So, I don't have a good idea, so I won't use any of these. Just in general, not wanting to AoE puts a damper on it. And I think hasting Karlach is probably wise for the
important is ever easy.
Or do these guys have that Baal stuff that will let them break my concentration real quick? Yeah, I'll use my Dragon Slaying Arrow on Saravok. That's a great idea. I kind of want to Vicious Mockery him just for principle, but I do think that's a bit of a waste of a turn. Yeah, the question is whether hasting her will get me hurt. I could run away and haste her and see if that works out. Just don't want either of these to fuck me over. Let's try it.
Breathe deep and move.
I should have offhand shot first. Oh well.
You point, I punch.
What are you doing, Echoes? Healing Saravok. I'm gonna counterspell that. Fuck. Oh, don't do that on him. Now what the fuck does she do? I don't want him to have any of these buffs. But also these things die when he does. Are you concentrating on the sanctuaries? No. Yeah, alright, we'll get rid of her. First of all, get angry.
Knees high. Handy.
Well, he's not haste anymore. Now he's lethargic. Which means he won't attack, so I can't hit him for even longer. Also means he won't be able to heal himself. And what's the other? Attacks or harms? Right. Oh, I don't want to kill this one because I don't want his armor class to make him impossible to hit. None of those things are Karlach things. Oh, that one's still alive. That's good. What do you do, though? Okay. So we can leave Sendai alive. Can maybe do Winter's Breath? Because it's not direct. Apparently you can't act. Okay.
This room will be thy resting place.
Because of the slow condition, okay.
Oak Father, ease my way.
That goes too hard. Shatter will work, though. Which she doesn't have. Call Lightning would work, though. Yep, that works. Did he use Legendary Resistance? No. Oh. Okay. Bong. I mean, you could heal Jaheira, but that would heal Saravok. I think. Sigh.
To glory, or glorious death.
You can shoot over there, that's good.
Says Boo, even a dull blade will break your bones.
You just can't hit very well.
survival is all that matters.
And what can we do? Oh, I know what we can do. And again, do I want to do that? Because again, I don't really want to kill Elisera. No, I don't want to kill Elisera. Level 6 Shatter. Yeah, that could work as well. Can I hit him, though? No. Oh, yes. Yes, get him. Don't get them. I'm gonna not do this because of his legendary resistances. He chose not to use it anyway. Don't you still have that? Whatever.
Let's get this over with.
Huh.
Go for the eyes, Boo!
Nice! Okay. Now Karlach can do her fucking duty. Or not. That's better. Good. Oh, we're going ham on him. One more time. And he's on his ass.
Over there.
How much damage was that in one Karlach turn? Was that 6 out of 7 hits? That's more than we should have gotten at 75% hit rate. Still alive, but I cannot complain after that. Command Grovel. That's the level 1 spell, and she's still concentrating on slow. Now you're slowed. Can we get you to somewhere where you can actually do something? Yes, you can use Winter's Breath and just hit him. He's even more on his ass. These guys are probably going to hurt now, but that's okay. Yeah, Minsk shield. Not happening. Many misses. Hunter's Mark concentration broken. Oh no. Can you kill him? I'm gonna do a level 6 Moonbeam. I think letting Jaheira get the final blow is great. Even if he saves, well... He might live, but like the max damage, if you get max damage even if he saves, is dead. We don't have destructive wrath. It'll hit twice? Well, I'm gonna long rest after this anyway, so fuck it. Wreck him. Damn. But it'll hit on his turn. Oh, 2 health!
Butt kicking, for goodness!
Do it. Fucking do it. Go closer. Are we outside normal range? Go closer. Take the opportunity hit. Fuck it. Take one opportunity hit. That's better. Also note how he healed himself with those attacks. Right, just mop up. There goes. We killed Justice Saravok and did not become unholy assassins. We should check Saravok's nearby sacrificial chamber for further information on the Baal cult. Orin can fuck herself.
Where do I go from here?
Where do I go from here? Where do I go from here? Oh, Jesus.
Time to push my luck again.
Can you...
Hope your soul is in good hands.
I'm gonna take a long rest after, so I'm just gonna delete Sendai. Oh. Maybe I'm not.
Butt kicking, for goodness!
Why did you end rage? Oh, because of Grovel. Her turn went. Casting slow on 6 people. No, you're not. Oh, we lost the moonbeam. Phew. How do you feel about what just happened?
The cub speaks.
You have a history with Saravok.
Nothing so grand. He was just another broken little ballspawn who tried to clamber to glory over the corpses of others. There was a time when he might have made more of himself. He was certainly given the chance after we threw him down, but he slunk back into his father's shadow instead. There is nothing more to say of him.
Okay.
Ask it.
Stop wriggling, Boo, and prick up your ears.
You called yourself Nideshka before. What does that mean? He doesn't have a Saravok line, that's odd.
It is a phrase in the old tongue of Rashiman.
Don't know where that came
blunt
from, though.
blade. Even in the very belly of their battle rage, a berserker must always know friend from foe. A berserker who cannot must into battle with a blunted sword, so that their rage might harm none but themselves.
Ah, excellent. Our heroic epic needs a moment of doubt before your inevitable victory. 35.
Boo and I, we thank you for your kind words, my friend. But Minsk knows when he has made a mess that is for him and him alone to clean. But still, I will strive to be worthy of this faith you show in me. After all, even a blunt blade can break some bones, is it not so?
Well, the point of the blunt blade was so that you couldn't... whatever.
Anything of use?
Death Knights. Well, I'm glad we didn't have to fight them for real. We got Blackguard's gauntlets. It's worth 800, but we don't have much need for money anymore, so I'll leave them there. Inflict wounds.
Moving in.
Blackguard's plate. Very rare heavy armor. I think we have better, but I'll send it to camp. Key to the murder tribunal. Huh. Shield of the Undevout. Your foes have disadvantage on saves to resist your spells or actions that inflict fear. You gain a level 1 spell slot. And Shield Bash, which they all have that. And Long Strider boots, as well. Mason's Journal. Oh, no. Read. Never in all the years of my craft have I felt I was carving my own tomb. This armoured husk I once thought a man. He has trapped me here during the renovations. While he says I'm free to leave after the work is done. Ill mate of this god's awful smell, I'm no fool. So that was quick. Let's think about how I feel about that. Because, like, yeah, in Throne of Bhaal you can add Saravok to your party. And if you're evil, that's fine. But if you're good, you can talk to him and talk to him and talk to him and try to wear him down, and you can switch him to chaotic good. But it always felt a little... a little ridiculous. So I don't necessarily mind this. It will be interesting to do this without Minsk and Jaheira one day and see how it works when you're more inclined to make nice with Saravok. It's strange in that he used to be, you know, the center of all of the plots, and now what? He's just sitting here judging people, but I guess the idea is now his time has ended and he's just working for Bhaal as opposed to, being the active operator. It's a little strange. They could have done more with him, I dare say. But by the same token, they wanted to not step on Oren's stuff. We have a Bhaalist map. This sketch map shows a dotted line to follow to get to the Bhaal Temple. Below the sketch are some instructions. Use a round street hatch to enter the city sewers. Proceed northwest to find your way into the Undercity ruins. Blood the skull to pass the door. Follow the trail of murder to the Bhaal Temple door. Praise Bhaal. We didn't need that. We knew where it was. But that's cool. Key to the abattoir. An amulet of Bhaal, which gives you the first blood. I don't think I want to wear that. Just thematically, I don't want to wear that. Oh, I need that. I should maybe keep that in my inventory then. Fuck. Well, it's in camp now. I need to go get it. Saravok's horned helmet. That is kind of cool. Minsk, what have you got on your head?
Justice walks on 4 feet and sleeps in my...
Minsk has crap on his head.
Damn, it's good to be alive.
She has covert critical. Let's give Minsk that.
Hamster hungry.
Because it's just a +1 attack roll bonus, right? Or do we want that on him?
What's the story?
And the Sword of Chaos, which gives you health on a hit, but we don't really have anybody who wants to use this. Maybe Minthara will have it. Or Lae'zel. I'll send it to Minthara.
Best get going.
Because we don't have a Lae'zel.
On my way.
And then there's this keyhole. Ooh, what happened to you? Oh, you're gonna be... Blue Moon, now that you can talk again, you're not a fan of the read that decided that Ballspawn's decision to revive Saravok... Yeah. Okay, we will talk to Valyria. I just want to get out of here so that I can go to camp. I'm going to save to make sure it doesn't fuck anything up, but I want to grab that amulet back because my thought of Valyria is I'm already over time, and I might just start next stream with talking to Valyria, but I want to make sure I don't forget to fucking fix my inventory problem. So I'm going to dip in and out. Can't go to the camp chest from here.
Seems simple enough.
Like the way she's got one shackle on her foot, but is otherwise still flying around. Got enough shit in here. There we go. Well, first of all, car...
Always makes my day better.
Does anybody have anything to say about having met Saravok Anchev, other than these two?
You wish to consult me? A disparate collection of vagabonds and...
No, and that's the other thing, like...
Almost pleasant traveling with company.
If you're going to use Saravok, I feel like that was pretty underwhelming.
Whatever happens next, be sure that I will document it all as accurately as possible.
Hey, you.
Yeah, nobody has anything to say about him. What area? Camp? Oh. They'll talk about it after we do Valeria. Okay. Well, in that case, they'll talk about it once I come back, because, yeah, I don't know how big that conversation is, but presumably we'd want to meet with Devella as well. We've done the fight. I think it's a good idea to hold and speak to our shackled Hollyphant. At the beginning of next time. We'll take my long rest as well and all that. But for now, thanks friends, I will be back. Is Snip still streaming? He is. What is he actually doing? Is he still playing Breath of Fire? No. I don't know what he's playing. He's playing Thief Gold. I've never heard of that. But I guess that is what thieves steal. I haven't played any Breaths of Fire. From what I could tell, he was just playing a random one. I don't know that. I don't know where he got it from. But anyway, I will raid Snip and we will see what Thief Gold is. And I will see the rest of you in 2 nights, when we will finish up the Murder Tribunal and then probably we'll either continue on to Oren or do House of Grief. Finish up the old friend meetings if we go with Viconia after Saravok. That might actually make sense. Anyway, fare thee well.